My little man hugged the guy's leg and gave it 3 solid knocks. Daddy. At 3, this is the 7th dad he's called out to. My awkward smile faded when I noticed the red mole near the guy's eye. Kiddo, you actually found your real dad. On the airport shuttle bus, the lady in front was reading something on her phone, and I spotted the big title, Running with the Kid. I chuckled. I guess I'm in chapter 2 of this cliché book plot. Back to my country. According to these cheesy romance novels, today's the day I bump into the kid's real dad. Start the whole I flee, he chases saga. Oh my son. I reached out to my side, only grabbing air. Where's my boy? My heart leaped into my throat. Then I saw him 5 meters away. Toby, all bundled up like a little meatball, clinging to a random guy's leg, knocking his head against it 3 times. Daddy! Oh my goodness! I quickly put on my sunglasses and walked over in front of everyone's stares. My silly son kept calling this guy Daddy with adorable baby talk. Even with sunglasses on, I could see the man's face turning stormy as he tried to keep his cool. I grabbed Toby by his overalls and hoisted him up, dusting off his knees, whispering, "Silly boy, don't call people that." Toby pointed at the man's suit, Daddy's clothes. I massaged my temples. This was on me. Back when Toby first started talking, he asked who his dad was. I was engrossed in a TV show and pointed at a Korean actor. There, that's your dad. The kid couldn't remember faces, just the black suits. Ever since then, he's been jumping at anyone in a suit and calling them dad. And today, thanks to who knows what drama, he even added bowing into the mix. Sir, I'm really sorry. He doesn't know any better, I said, pressing Toby's head down. Apologize to the uncle. Brother, sorry. I got the wrong person. Is that your son? That voice. It rang a little familiar. I looked at the guy in front of me. My son sure picked the handsomest one to call dad. Although his tone was cold like an AC breeze. I chuckled dryly. Yeah. I quickly took Toby's hand and tried to walk past. But the suit guy stepped in front of us. You're not gonna recognize me now? Sis. He said sis with a whole lot of teeth grinding. My brain scrambled. Did my dad have another one after ditching the first model? No way, not even steroids make you grow this fast, and dad's been snipped for a while now. I squinted through my sunglasses to make out the man. Oh my God. The only guy I've ever seen with a little red mole near the eye is Noah. Silently, I gave Toby a thumbs up. Kiddo, you actually found your real dad. If I were to describe myself, I'd say I got a 95-pound frame, 90 pounds of rebellion, and the rest all mouth. I've been a rebel since I was 16. Strict parenting almost had my forehead stamped. Future lineage maintainer. Because Ava's dad had himself snipped the day I was born. So his life's mission was to get me a husband and grandchildren in that order. After college, his wish for grandkids hit its peak. I couldn't escape the matchmaking disasters. He pushed me to a point of permanent non-marriage stance. Being reactive just gets you hurt. So I made a move. I planned to borrow some good genes from a handsome stranger. He had to be good-looking, smart, and at least 6 feet tall. Enter Noah, on a sunny college basketball court. Sweat dripping, with that lean build and a subtle dimply smile. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't smitten. Might have even dated him if I was younger. But I was too busy fighting back against Ava's dad. After a couple months of carefree connection, I bolted, lab results in hand. Ava's dad was speechless, staring at my slight baby bump, and fainted on me. Noah, meanwhile, looked at me expressionless and asked, "How old's the kid?" I mentally flinched, wanting to tweak Toby's age so it matched the timeline. Toby beat me to it, holding up 2 fingers, 3 bro. God darn it, he really is my kid. Noah's lip curled in a sarcastic smile. You kicked me out then had a kid with someone else? Impressive. I awkwardly rubbed my nose. Noah's assistant pointed at the watch. Noah, plane's taking off soon. He shot me a cool glance and strode away. I knelt and poked Toby's head gently. Toby, what's the rule? Don't talk to strangers, right? Toby wrapped his little arms around my neck. Mommy, I want a daddy too. All the other kids have one. I sighed and snuggled him closer. A pang hit. Back then, all I cared about was defying Ava's dad. Responsibility was a foreign word. I've done stuff that hurt others and myself. Maybe it's being a mom now, or the wisdom from 3 extra years. Maybe I do want a family. Toby could use a father figure. I snapped out of it. The boarding gate was empty now, Noah long gone. Once we got off, Ava's dad and mom were waiting outside, scanning the street. How long have they been waiting? My eyes watered. Toby sprinted to them. Grandma! Grandpa! Ava's mom picked him up and smothered him with kisses. Oh, my little sweetheart. I rolled my eyes playfully at my luggage. I see you only love the little one. Don't you miss me at all? Ava's dad shot a look, speaking low enough not to scare Toby. You've got some nerve. When I say go, you really go. And even with such a small kid. I hooked my arm around his, resting my head on his shoulder, gently rubbing against him. Oh man, weren't we supposed to drop this subject? Besides, I was off pursuing further education. I'm curious what exactly you were studying. Starting tomorrow, march yourself into the office and work. It's such a big business, you trying to work your old man to death? I'm going to rest now. When Ava's father says he's going to rest, he truly means it. The three of them are at home enjoying family time, while I'm at the office running around like crazy. Ava, there's an event at 8 tonight. It's for a partner's dad's 60th birthday party. Oh no, just send the gift over and say I can't make it. Ava, you're new here and might not realize this, but S Group is our biggest supplier. Oh, seems like it's a big deal. Big enough for Ava's father to accompany me to the party. Hey there, Ava's father. This must be Ava. She's so pretty, just like your wife. Ava's father laughed twice. Man, you never miss a chance to tease me. Someone nudged my arm, so I raised my glass. Noah's father, happy birthday. Wishing you a sea of fortune and wealth. After saying that, I downed the drink all at once. Good girl, daughters are the best. My son annoys me 800 times a day. Oh please, as if daughters aren't any trouble. Ava's father and Noah's father started praising each other's kids while putting down their own. Typical Chinese parents. I stood by, bored, shaking my ankle. High heels are definitely a woman's worst enemy. Has Ava started dating? My son doesn't have a girlfriend either. Maybe they should meet. Ava's father seemed embarrassed, unsure what to say, and shot me a glance. Dad, stop playing matchmaker already, they're married with kids. Am I married? Let's just say I was. I heard a familiar voice behind me and turned around. It was Noah, looking pretty worn out. Small world. Noah's father looked surprised, rubbing his bald head. I laughed. We divorced and our son is with me. Oh. Noah's father dropped the conversation. Guess that's understandable. Who wants their precious son marrying a divorced woman with a child from a previous relationship? The atmosphere turned awkwardly tense as I shifted my feet, trying to relieve the pressure. Noah glanced down, then suddenly pulled me aside by my wrist. Shocked, I looked at the two old guys we left behind. Thankfully they were engrossed in a discussion about business and politics, oblivious to us. I yanked my hand away, rubbing my sore wrist. Noah, what's with you? Noah plopped onto the couch, smirking. What, feeling guilty? Can't even sit and chat for a bit? Ava's father didn't seem like he'd be leaving anytime soon, and if I kept standing, my feet would be killing me. With that in mind, I sat across from Noah, grabbed a piece of strawberry cake from the small table, and started eating. Even with my head down, I felt Noah's hostile stare. In his eyes, I probably looked like a fickle woman who seeks new and shiny things. Chasing after someone, dating them for a few months, then dropping them like nothing. Who wouldn't be bitter? I cautiously lifted my gaze, locking eyes with Noah's gloomy expression. It startled me. What kind of damage have I done to him? He used to smile so much. I wanted to say something to ease the tension, maybe like wishing Noah a good work relationship in the future. Just then, a bright-eyed girl sat next to Noah, clinging to his arm. Noah, when are you going to take me to the movies? Noah drained his drink and said, I'll pick you up tomorrow night. The girl squealed with joy. Seriously, what's Noah worried about? Does his son seem like he lacks girlfriends? I have no interest in being a third wheel, especially with him being my ex. It's awkward. After finishing my cake, I planned to leave. Noah coolly commented, leaving already? Without chatting. Why stick around and watch you two kiss? The girl finally noticed me, her wide eyes as big as saucers. Who's this lady? I flipped my hair and smiled. My son calls him Big Bro. Noah's face darkened instantly. The girl laughed. Nice to meet you, ma'am. You look so young. If she thinks I look young, Why is she calling me ma'am? Noah smirked, showing small dimples for the first time since we bumped into each other, still as charming as ever. I couldn't help but admire. I've got a good eye. Toby totally inherited his dad's good looks. Noah lifted an eyebrow. She must have taken great care of herself. I won't interrupt you lovebirds anymore. This lady needs to use the restroom. As I stood, my legs wobbled a bit. That cake was too sweet, and the fruity drinks made me buzzed. Didn't feel it when I was sitting, but standing kinda made me woozy. I pinched my palm, realizing age has me losing my alcohol tolerance. Coming out of the restroom, drying my hands, a force unexpectedly pulled me into another room, pinning me heavily to the door. Hit my head, got even dizzier. Grimacing, I was about to curse but swallowed my words upon seeing Noah's face. He's reeked of alcohol. I had only been gone 5 minutes, and he's already hitting the bottle? I frowned, pushing him. Hey there, mister, don't go pulling a drunken stunt. Before I finished, both my wrists were raised above my head, and my cheeks pinched tightly. Oh man, he's got a strong grip. His lips crashed against mine, urgent and unyielding, angry and restrained. Stunned for a few seconds, I bit down hard, metallic taste flooding my mouth. Noah stepped back, wiped his lips, and showed me the blood on his finger. Sis, you're vicious. You nuts. I lifted my leg to kick his shin bone, but he dodged, blocking me with his knee. Noah chuckled lowly, his breath warm with booze, boldly taunting. We had a great time those 2 months, didn't we? You seemed to enjoy it too. So why not? I pushed him. Noah, you have a girlfriend. He froze at my serious tone, then released me, doubling over with laughter. Haha, sis. When you left me and then got married and had a kid with someone else, I didn't see you as having such strong morals. Haha. Noah laughed until tears came to his eyes, but I couldn't find any happiness on his face. Schizophrenia, maybe? I opened my mouth. Toby is dumb. The kid looks just like you. Can't you tell? But I just swallowed it back. Having a child was my decision alone. I couldn't mess up someone else's life. Yes, I did consider having Noah be Toby's dad for a split second, but the guy has a girlfriend now. I left him irresponsibly 3 years ago. I can't just mess up his life again. Noah snapped back to normal, straightening the creases in his suit. Toby, your son. What's he like? Nothing much. If I don't head home soon, the kid will cry. Wow, what a great mom. I couldn't be bothered to deal with his sarcasm. The crisp fall breeze cleared my head, but it couldn't whisk away the warmth spreading from my lips. Toby was ready to watch cartoons. I was cuddling with Toby and a tub of popcorn on the little couch, waiting for the show to start. Toby let out a loud squeal, waving his short little arms. I looked in the direction he was waving to. What a small world. Noah seemed like he wanted to shake off Emily's hand, but stopped when he met my gaze. Oh, having a fight. Happiness is always built on others' misery. I grinned at them and considered it a greeting. Toby, we should, but Toby already bolted, too slippery to catch. 3-year-olds, you're lucky if a dog even cares for them. Noah crouched a bit, scooped Toby into his arms. Toby wrapped his chubby arms around Noah's neck and gave him a loud kiss. Wow, you're taller than Mama when you hold me, Toby exclaimed. Noah stiffened, wiped the slobber off his face with one hand. I extended a hand toward Toby. Toby, be good, don't interrupt brother and sister's date. Toby shook his head, clinging tighter. This little rascal, no sense of face. I silently reminded myself, be a loving mom, be a loving mom. With a deep breath, I said softly, Toby. Toby hesitated, then reached towards me. Just as I was about to catch him, Noah's big hand tightened around him. What? What? Cindy and I exchanged confused glances. Cindy tugged on Noah's sleeve. Noah. Aren't we? Noah quickly fiddled with his phone, and our warm mother-son weekend was abruptly cancelled. The 4 of us ended up watching an animated movie together. I peeked at Cindy's face. She looked upset. Normally, they should sit together, but Toby insisted on sitting between Noah and me. Noah parked himself on the far end, leaving Cindy beside me. Anyone would be irritated. What's up with Noah's emotional IQ as he grows older? I remember when he used to pick romance or horror films with me. Never thought he had emotional issues back then. Is he just reliving childhood with his girlfriend now? But clearly she wasn't into it. Toby was babbling to Noah about the characters, calling him brother over and over, giving me a headache. Thank goodness it was a kid's session, or Toby would have been booted out. Brother that I glanced sideways at Noah and sighed. Is it moral decay, or just human nature gone awry? How did a father and son end up as siblings? Oh, whatever, as long as Toby's happy. I leaned back on the cushy seat, my eyes drooping shut, while Noah's gaze in the dimness made my mind spin. Ava. A soft whisper, drowned by the film's racket and kids' squeals. My heart skipped slightly, it was overwhelming. Before we left, Noah added Toby's watch number, saying to keep in touch. Man, anyone who doesn't know them would think they're planning a big project together. Maybe because they're biologically related, they seemed on the same wavelength. Toby whispered something into Noah's ear, making him smile faintly and nod. Toby excitedly smacked a big kiss on Noah's cheek. This time, Noah didn't wipe the drool. Instead, he lightly flicked Toby's chubby cheek. Toby, this is our little secret. Don't tell Mama, okay? Toby nodded, sticking out his little pinky-to-pinky promise with Noah. No matter how much I begged or coerced, Toby wouldn't spill the beans about his little secret with Noah. Golly, my heart's gonna burst, my son's already got secrets. The kitty watch on the nightstand buzzed loudly, making me grab it and leave the room. Hello. It's Noah. I glanced at the clock reading 11 and sighed. Your little buddy's asleep. Need something? He chuckled on the line. Hey, I'm calling for you. Ready to hang up, I paused. You plan on handling all your deals through the watch? My number's the same as my Instagram. Add me. Beep beep beep, call ended. Rolling my eyes, I begrudgingly searched for him on Instagram. It wasn't until the next day he added me. So juvenile. In walks an unexpected guest at work. Cindy's in the lobby, looking at me differently, probably knows about my past with Noah. I took a seat across and flashed a big grin. Hey sweetheart, what brings you here? Cindy scoffed. Stop pretending, auntie. Pouring myself some water, I shot back, spill it. I'm not one for beating around the bush. You dumped Noah, so why hang around him again? You've got a kid, leave him alone. She was fuming, but I couldn't help but giggle. She's so young and naive. Emotions written all over her face. Listen, hon, first, I'm not interested in Noah. Second, we're just work partners. Cindy looked sour. Yeah, right, like you're only 2 years older, acting all seasoned. He was crazy about you back then, you. Cindy didn't finish her sentence, just grabbed her bag and left, only leaving behind one line. You're not worthy of him. The water was too full, and as I moved, some spilled on my leg by accident. I got a new message on Instagram. See you this afternoon, don't be late. I froze for a moment, staring at Noah's name. Noah, did you ever really like me? If I remember right, it was always me chasing after you. Back then, I put all my patience into pursuing Noah, bringing him breakfast, attending classes with him, cheering at the basketball court. I even got along with his roommates. Although I only chased him for 2 months, that was really my limit. I remember it was his school basketball finals that day, but I overslept after pulling an all-nighter and woke up at 1 p.m. When I turned on my phone, there were 10 missed calls from Noah. It seemed like all my efforts were wasted at that moment. I rushed to the basketball court, but even the janitorial staff had left. Noah sat alone in the stands. His face was grim as he walked slowly towards me. Didn't you promise to watch my finals? He asked. I ruffled my uncombed hair. Sorry, I overslept. Noah's eyes dimmed. You used to make it for early classes. Why couldn't you today? Do you not like me anymore? What? How's that possible? I waved my hands anxiously. Of course, I like you. I like you a lot. He held my hand, and then just smiled. I stood there dumbfounded as he leaned down, and a gentle kiss, like a feather, brushed across my forehead. Blushing, he said, I like you too. Holy crap. Memories rushed back in like a flood, a slow wave of guilt emerging. I smacked my head. Ava, you're such a jerk. What have you done? That afternoon, we went to Noah's factory for a sample survey, and he was dark-faced, barely responding to us. Suddenly, I thought of Cindy. Did your girlfriend complain to you? I didn't bully her. Noah irritably pulled a cigarette from his pocket, lit it, and took a deep drag. She's not my girlfriend. What? But didn't you say? Noah kicked a small stone into the river. What did I say? I think Toby's a smart kid. How did he end up with such a dumb mom like you? Dizzy from being roasted, I smoothed my hair. Takes after his dad, I guess. Silence fell, and Noah tossed his cigarette to the ground, grinding it with his toe. Who is he? Suddenly, I was shoved against a willow tree. I closed my eyes, bracing for an impact that never came. My head fell into Noah's palm. All right, he's got a bit of a heart. The next moment, his large hand was around my neck, thumb gently brushing my lips again and again. Noah's expression was calm, but his fingers held a subtle strength. His nose brushed against mine, and his dark pupils were burning with a fiery intensity as he said, I asked, who is he? Who the hell dares to dig at my wall? No way out. I swallowed instinctively, knowing Noah's strength. I had no doubt he could snap my neck if he wanted. We were too close, my nose filled with Noah's scent, heartbeat erratic like spilled pearls. I turned my head, afraid he'd see into my heart through my eyes. Noah frowned, turning my head to face him. Noah, have you lost it? He leaned close to my ear, biting my earlobe with a near-violent intensity. Yeah, I lost it, the day you left without a word. Who gave you the right to just end things? Summing up the courage, I finally spoke. Noah, do you still like me? Noah burst out laughing, his hair swaying. Lady, how do you dare ask that question being a divorced woman with a kid? You think you're some kind of fairy or something. I thought if he still liked me, I would tell him Toby is his son. But with those harsh words ringing in my ears, I couldn't get a single word out. The fault may be mine, but I can't let Toby grow up in a home where his dad hates his mom. Saturday morning at 6. Noah showed up at my door in his casual outfit, hair falling over his forehead, faintly reminiscent of the carefree basketball player he was back in college. Already sleep-deprived, seeing Noah made my head even fuzzier. What kind of strong heart does he have to show up after saying such harsh words the day before? We stood face to face for 5 minutes. Noah awkwardly looked down. Toby invited me to the amusement park. A grown man in his 20s going to the amusement park on a toddler's invitation, using a smartwatch voicemail? What a bizarre world. Toby was up early and very excited, pulling at both Noah and me until my arm ached. Toby, slow down, mommy's getting old. Noah chuckled, lifting Toby onto his shoulders. Toby squealed with joy, so high, so high. Giggling, I trailed after them, wondering, if I'd told Noah about the kid back then, what would have happened? Would we be a happy family of 3? Quickly, I dismissed the thought. Noah was only 20 then. How could a 20-year-old fathom a lifetime ahead? Most likely, he would have asked me to end the pregnancy. Noah had stopped at some point. Both he and Toby were staring at me. Hurriedly, I caught up with them. Toby was too little, could only ride the merry-go-round, all smiles, sitting in Noah's lap. As I snapped a photo of them, my eyes began to well up without me realizing it. Noah glanced up at me briefly, saying nothing. Toby grabbed my hand and Noah's, placing them together. No letting go. I curled my hand, the warmth from their fingers burned. So who's Toby gonna hold hands with? How about Toby in the middle? Toby's chubby face crinkled up like he was deep in thought. Thinking is pretty tough for a 3-year-old. After 2 minutes, my and Noah's palms were already getting sweaty. I moved slightly, trying to let go, but Noah grabbed on tight, holding my hand in his. Then he wrapped an arm around Toby, bringing him in close. Hold tight to my neck, Toby, don't fall. Toby cheered, you're awesome, bro. Mom needs 2 arms to lift him. I sighed, my focus entirely on Noah's grip. Noah whispered, aren't we here to make Toby happy? Let's just hold on for now. Fine, holding it is. Toby, running low on energy, fell asleep right in his dinner. Once he was in the car seat, I moved to the passenger side. It had been 3 years since I last sat there with Noah. Exhaustion washed over me as I shut my eyes and dreamt of Noah. I said, Noah, I'm sorry. Noah, I like you. Suddenly, momentum threw my body to the side. My head smacked the window hard, stars dancing in my vision. Noah pulled over with the hazard lights flashing. I glanced at the back seat. Toby was sound asleep, not a hint of waking up. I frowned. Noah, are you crazy? You know how dangerous that was? Noah, about to light a cigarette, paused, then stepped outside the car. He tapped the window, signaling for me to join him. Irritated, I followed him out. Noah fiddled with his lighter, snapped the cigarette in half, and tossed it in the trash. What you said earlier, was it true? I was puzzled. What did I say? Oh, I asked if you were losing it. Noah bent down to face me. Ava, you said. Noah, I'm sorry, I really like you. Wasn't I dreaming when I said that? I had been sleep-talking. I clamped my hand over my mouth, horrified, facing Noah. That was just a dream. Noah chuckled, dimples appearing. So I'm in your dreams, huh? His intense look made me uncomfortable. I turned away. I'm not anyone special. Why do you care what I dream about? Noah ruffled my hair. You're sure sensitive. Flustered by his actions, I stepped toward the car. Okay, let's go home. Footsteps rushed up behind me as I moved, but I didn't get to turn. Noah wrapped his arms around me from behind. With his head resting on my shoulder, he softly said, Ava, I really like you. You know how long I've been looking for you. That warmth spread through me like fireworks, lighting up my body. The world seemed to freeze, just him and me in the quiet. By the time we got home, my mind was a blur. I gently touched Toby's cheek, murmuring, Toby, you've got a dad now. Half awake, I realized I hadn't told Noah that Toby is his son. Noah, I'm crossing the street with Toby. I'll tell you a secret when we meet up later. Laughter came from the other end. What secret? Can't wait. I laughed along. Today's a good day for reunion. Suddenly Toby yelled kitty and ran toward the crosswalk, slipping from my grasp. I reached out, only grazing his clothes. After the sound of screeching brakes, Toby seemed to fly away in slow motion. My body went numb as my phone slipped from my hand. Ava. Ava. Panic flooded in. Toby lay there, eyes shut tight, little eyebrows scrunched, red seeping from his small frame. I fell to the ground, unable to bring myself to touch him. Toby, sitting by the emergency room door. I trembled uncontrollably, tears unstoppable. Then a warm familiarity wrapped around me. Noah's hand rubbed my back gently. It's okay, Ava, it's okay. Toby will be all right. Sobs and guilt crushed me. Noah, it's my fault. I didn't hold on to him. It was an accident, Ava, just an accident. It's okay. Through our thin clothes, I felt Noah's hand shaking too. Relief mixed with pain filled my heart. Even thinking Toby belonged to someone else, he still cared this much. Toby, he's yours. The door swung open. A doctor rushed out saying, family, the child has Rh-negative blood type, and the blood bank's low. The hospital's working on it. Any family members have panda blood? Get them here fast. Noah stood shocked for a moment, then murmured, Doctor, I do. The doctor glanced, you're the father, right? Direct family can't donate. Without a second, Noah pulled out his phone and dialed. 5 minutes later, four people arrived with medical coolers, rushing into the operating room. The leader, sweating, exclaimed, you scared me. I thought it was you who was in trouble. Nonchalantly, Noah said, it's my son. The leader's smile dropped, eyeing the operating room, then glancing at me. Noah helped me to a seat, voice shaking, Toby, he's my son, right? I nodded, no. He pulled me close, stroking my back, murmuring, it'll be okay. Our son will be all right. The surgery went well, just some minor fractures, but Toby's young, flexible body meant no internal injuries. With Toby still under anesthesia, Noah and I sat at his bedside with red eyes. Glad your friend's hospital had extra supplies. We owe him thanks. Noah squeezed my hand, don't worry. Leo's dad and mine are best friends. When they heard we had someone with panda blood, they prepared just in case. Noah didn't finish before a small groan reached my ears. Toby was awake. We rushed over. Toby barely opened his eyes. Mom, brother. Noah gently tapped his nose. Silly boy, start calling me Dad. 6. Toby blinked and tentatively asked, Dad? Did you make it? Hearing him call him Dad, Noah was instantly moved. He wiped his face, took Toby's tiny hand and smiled. Yeah, Dad promised you something, and I always keep my promises. I'm lost, looking at Noah and then at Toby. What's going on? Toby grinned. Dad promised me he'd be my dad. Flashback to when we watched cartoons together. Toby curled around Noah's neck and whispered in his ear, Brother, can you be my dad? Noah had nodded with a smile. At 9:30 p.m., 5 more people filled the hospital room. My parents, Noah's father and Cindy. I invited my folks, but Cindy clearly dragged Noah's dad along. Noah hadn't had the chance to tell him about becoming a grandfather. Noah and I silently agreed not to speak, waiting to see Cindy's next move. Both sets of parents stood there awkwardly. Ava's dad felt embarrassed that his daughter stole his friend's pure-hearted son. Noah's dad was unsure how to criticize his son for dating a woman with a child. After 10 minutes of silence, Cindy couldn't hold back. Ava, what does Noah mean to you? You left without a word, and now divorced. You've come back to make Noah step in as a dad? Oh, why aren't you calling me aunt now? Ava's father's face became sour. His embarrassment melted away with Cindy's slight. Hey Noah, what's wrong with my daughter? Are we begging her to marry into the Noah family? Noah's dad rubbed his shiny head. Noah said I begged Ava to marry me. Noah's dad rubbed his bald head even more vigorously. Watching Noah's dad rave over his bright red bald head, I felt I shouldn't tease him further. Hey, have y'all ever thought maybe Toby really is Noah's son? 5 pairs of eyes widened. Ava's parents were shocked. What? Noah's parents gasped with joy. Is he my grandson? Cindy was puzzled. Noah and I nodded, smiling. Noah's dad nudged Ava's dad aside, staring intensely at Toby. Oh wow, Ava. Look at this kid's nose, just like Noah's. Nonsense. It's exactly like Ava's. Toby woke up, rubbed his eyes, looked at Ava's dad, and sweetly said Grandpa. Then, rubbing his eyes again, he glanced at Noah's dad. Tentatively, Granddad? Toby's ability to read the room was as sharp as both his parents combined. Oh, my sweet grandson. Noah's dad was moved to tears. Cindy turned and sprinted off into the horizon. I felt a pang of something. But Noah grinned widely at me. Flushing, I got pulled into his nonchalant, familiar voice in my ear. Sis, you finally came back. A few days later, Toby bounced back full of energy. We were swamped with work and couldn't stay. So Noah's dad and Ava's dad took shifts at the hospital. Toby was pampered endlessly by both his grandpas while lounging in the bed. Early in the morning, Noah rushed to my house, shouting up at my balcony. Ava, grab the family register. For what? To get married. Epilogue. A family of 3. It's nearly year-end. Lying side by side on the bed, Noah and I reminisced about the whirlwind of the past year. Noah interrupted my end-of-year reflections, leaned over and pecked my lips. In a deep voice he teased, Babe, it's a long night. How many long nights are you looking for? My waist is still sore. I laughed, running my fingers through his soft hair. Hey young man, take it easy, be patient. Noah nestled into my neck, whispering softly in my ear, Ava, I love you so much. The room heated up, leading to the inevitable light-out moment. The doorknob clicked and turned. Toby stood at the foot of the bed, rubbing his eyes and clutching a small blanket. Why don't you wait for me to play the game? Noah leaped up instantly, chest heaving with surprise. Noah and I exchanged a glance, both seeing the same emotion, panic. Noah picked up Toby like a little chick. Sternly, Toby, didn't I tell you to knock? I did. You guys ignored me. I felt a bit guilty, brushing my nose, coughing, realizing we were too into the moment. From now on, we'd better lock the door. Noah sighed, flicking Toby's chubby cheek. You knock till we answer. If you just walk in, you'll scare Dad, and then no baby sister for you. For year-old Toby made a mocking face, mimicking his dad's manner, and huffed, Dad, you're such a scaredy cat. I was sleeping on my own since I was 2. Noah paused, ruffling his hair, hoisting Toby from my arms, wrapping him in his blanket, and striding out of the room. Yep, Dad's a scaredy cat, so he needs to sleep with Mom. And you're so brave, go sleep in your own room. Mom, save me. I laughed, stretching, yawning, locking the door. Noah jiggled the doorknob several times, frustrated. Honey? Why'd you lock the door? I patted the door, signaling him to hush. Young folks need to know their limits. I'm beat. Sleep with the kid tonight. Even through the door, Noah's irritation was palpable. He grumbled, Ava, just wait till tomorrow. Oh, you're threatening me? Believe me, I'll make you sleep in the study for a week. Lying snugly in bed, I closed my eyes with a contented sigh. Toby's little voice piped up outside. Dad, is this what they mean by serves you right? A perfect shot. Ha ha ha, my son never fails to impress. The end.